and denigrate the prophet to them, as people have denigrated God himself, the Judeo-Christian God himself. And we haven't gone on terrorist rampages to stop them. So why should we bow down to this type of Sharia legalization or law when that's not what this country's about? Now, if you're going to be in Saudi Arabia, then, great. It's their country. They get to make their rules and their laws. And that's the other thing I don't understand with people. They liberals in this country, they want to talk about some states, and when I mean states, countries, and how bad some of their human rights are, but they will not touch the human rights travesties in these Islamic-run nations. I mean, women are treated as second-class citizens. Women can be freely raped and sold and traded. Women have no rights. They cannot be, in many Middle Eastern countries, cannot be educated. They cannot hold positions of governmental power. They cannot drive. They cannot own their own businesses. And in some of these states where they have full Sharia law, a woman can't even, go outside her house without having a male member of her family escorting her. And if the woman, does something like, her burqa falls off or she takes it off because she's hot or something or wipes her brow, she can be stoned to death. But all of that is fine because that's just freedom of expression and freedom of religion. But you come here to the United States where we have it enshrined and protected by our Constitution that you have freedom of expression and freedom of speech. And you express that, and people want to denigrate you. Have we lost our collective freaking minds? Now, I am not saying I agree with what she did. I'm not saying I disagree with what she did. I am saying that she has every right to expect to be able to do what she did and do it safely in this country. Again, if she was in another country and she did it, well, whatever their laws are, that's what she has to go by. But she's in the USA. She's a U.S. citizen. And no other U.S. citizen should denigrate or condemn what she did for any reason. I'm just going to lay it out. None of you should. All of you out there that have, shame, shame, shame on you. Because that is completely un-American and goes totally against the U.S. Constitution that you say you love and want to protect. I want you to back away from the computer or wherever you're listening to this and think about it. I don't care if you got to go sit in the corner with a dunce cap on your head, but you really need to think about it because I'm calling you out. Because where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? You cannot possibly tell me that in the United States of America, that somebody should worry about what they say that can be proven as the truth if it's going to upset somebody or not. And if they upset somebody, then that person probably has every right to go out and shoot up the place. So what you're saying is because she had this Comic-Con for Muhammad, that these two terrorists basically had the right to go out and shoot up the place. That's what you're saying. And don't tell me, oh, no, Rod, you're just taking it too far. No, I'm not. I want you to stop and think about it logically. Because that's exactly what you're saying. You're saying that this poor woman, she doesn't have a real right to do that. She doesn't have a right in this country to go out and talk about things that, she doesn't like. Because it just might inflame somebody. I mean, since when do we start paying attention or measuring the Constitution by whether or not we're going to upset someone? And that's just totally ludicrous. That is not the United States of America that I know. And then you're going to tell me, well, they have, so they're claiming that they have 71 operatives, secret agents here in the United States who are ready in position to go and throw down attacks in 15 states. Why? Are they going to throw down an attack simply because somebody in one of these 15 states says something that upsets them? I mean, is it going to be a church preacher that's preaching the full blown nothing but fire and brimstone gospel? Is that going to set off an attack? The problem is, Mr. Graham, is that we do not know what will set them off. You can say, well, it's like the Hebdo, Gary Hebdo, whatever French magazine. If you do something like that, you could say, well, yeah, that's going to set them off. If you have a cartoon and comic books, you put Muhammad in the comic book, is that going to set him off? Yeah, that probably set him off. What happens if you just say something negative about Muhammad? What happens if you just mispronounce the Prophet Muhammad's name on purpose or by accident? Is that going to set him off? So we can't even say the name? How about all these, wonderful people running around here with the name Muhammad? Is that somehow that's obviously going to offend someone? Is that going to give them reason to pop off with a gun or an attack? Come on, Mr. Graham, and all you naysayers out there, tell me, what is the point, or where is the point that we can say, well, you have freedom of speech, but beyond this, you don't? Where is that point? What is it that you seem to know is going to set them off? Now, should she have expected that in this country? Now, understood if she's in Europe. She's in the United States of America with exercising her constitutionally protected inalienable right. And you are going to tell us that she shouldn't exercise her rights in that way here in this country. If that's the case, then Islam is won. We might as well just throw down put down our Bibles, abandon our churches and synagogues, and just bow to Allah. Because that's what you're telling us that we need to do in order to stop them from attacking. And indeed, that is the only thing that is going to stop them from it. Well, even then, look, they're attacking each other in the Middle East. So again, you better think if you're going to, go into Islam, if you're going to convert to Islam, you better convert to the right Islam. Because if you convert to the wrong one, you're no better than an infidel. You're worse than an infidel. And you need to die first. If you're of the wrong shade of Islam, then you're worse than the infidels. You need to die first. No mercy for you whatsoever. So you better figure out which is the right Islam and convert to that. Because the wrong one is still going to land you, and you're going to still in hot water, and you're going to be attacked. I know some people out there are saying, well, no, that can't be true. Really? Then why are they fighting each other, warring out there in the Middle East? Islam against Islam. Because they don't like each other, because it's a different type of Islam. It's a different denomination. They do not accept a different denomination. And look, ISIS doesn't accept a different, Al-Qaeda doesn't accept a different Islam, denomination of Islam. Iran doesn't. Hell, if they didn't have so much oil to sell, Saudi Arabia wouldn't be accepting of, Iran's denomination of Islam. The whole point is that you're going to have to pick the right denomination. In this country, we have various denominations of Christianity. There's various denominations or sects of Judaism. You're free to pick any one of them, and the others are not going to come and attack you and try to kill you. You do it with Islam, and you could die. Plain and simple. That's the truth. That's fact. It's happening now. Even as I speak, some Islamist in the Middle East is falling to a bullet or a bomb. But here, we're focused on, she probably shouldn't draw a cartoon of the Prophet Muhammad. Because that could possibly tick off an Islamist radical. They're already ticked off. They don't need an excuse or a reason. They'll just use it, but they don't need one because they already have one. We're infidels. We all need to die, according to them. So this whole notion that we're going to placate them by not doing things that denigrates their prophet is a bunch of BS. Did you hear what I said, Mr. Franklin Graham? It's a bunch of BS. Now, come on now. Don't make me actually say the words. The initials or the letters will just suffice. It's a bunch of BS. And for those of you in Rush Limbaugh's Rio Linda that don't know what BS really stands for, look it up or ask somebody who's not from Rio Linda that you know on Facebook. They'll tell you. This whole notion that we can play nice. I don't look, that's liberalism is sneaking in there. I don't. This whole notion that if you just play nice, if you be nice, if you get out of their face, they're gonna like you and leave you alone. No, it's a bunch of BS. Their whole mission is to convert the entire world. How do you convert the entire world, if you leave some of the people in it alone? Oh yeah. United States has backed out of the Middle East, got all their troops out, all their influence out, and they're out of Western Europe too. So we're not going to attack them anymore. No, that is not the case. We're still going to be a target, and we're going to be a target because they view this country as being the great Satan or Satan's great country. Hey, we're of the devil, to put it in Waterboy terms. Him Christians is nothing but the devil. Him Jews are nothing but the devil. Now, Bobby Boucher, don't you go out with none of them Christians or Jews now, because they the devil. Now, Bobby Boucher, you stay with the Islam, but you stay with the right Islam, because the other Islam, Bobby Boucher, is the devil. Now, think about it. Look, folks, I'm not off the deep end. I'm not off the bend here. You just got to fully understand it logically speaking. If you're going to tell an American that an American on American soil, under an American Constitution, under the American flag, is not safe expressing their true, heartfelt, fact-filled opinions, then we don't have freedom of speech. And that fact-filled opinion could be in the form of words or art or cartoons or comics or a song or a movie or a video, whatever. But if they cannot even do that here because you fear an attack will come, well, frankly, I don't care from what side of the political aisle you're on. You're a total, full-blown, nothing, just like a liberal, nut job idiot. You are. Because if you think you can placate those people over there and who bring and send people over here to do us harm and damage, if you think you can placate them by not talking about Muhammad in a negative light or drawing his caricature or what you think he might look like, you've got another thing coming because they will still attack. Don't doubt me.